Hello, everybody, and welcome to Strawberry's Gamer Society. Today is gonna be an RL stream. Yes, IRL stream, real life. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a postcard and how to send a postcard, because I know it's a thing that not everybody knows how to do. And if we're going to do a anti-coronavirus campaign for Technoblade, we need to know how to send postcards so that it's not a scary thing to happen. All right, let's get some MCC music going in the background here. And what we've got today, as you can see on the desktop, I have some paper, pens, crayons, stamps, and a Technoblade card, or an image of Technoblade that I made earlier. So what we're going to start out with is the piece of paper. So this is an, also, please, no, Owls did not make that one. I made that one. Oh, you know what? While I'm doing an IRL stream, though, I do want to show you something that Owls made. Yeah, she's a much better artist than I am. Hold on, I will be right back. Here we go. Uh-oh. Ah, the leg just fell off. There we go. This is a thing that Owls made. And it's a claymation that she made when she took a class on claymation. And she made a little claymation of Technoblade fighting a wither. But she doesn't want to share it because it's not as good as she wants yet. So I will not be sharing that with you guys. Much as I, as her mom, think that it's so cute. But she wants it to be better than it is, which I can understand. Like, it could use improvements. It was her first one. Hello, everybody! Hi, Angel! Hi, Itchy Dolphin! And F the Knight is here! Welcome, everybody! So, today is IRL stream on how to make and mail postcards. If we're gonna get this Technoblade postcard campaign off and running, then we need to know how to do it. And I know from my own children being really reluctant to actually send paper mail that a lot of people don't know how to send paper mail. So today I'm going to show you how to do it. So what I've got here is, let me get, Technoblade's losing a leg. It's the arm Technoblade needs to lose, not the leg. Come on. So, what we've got here is cardstock. 65-pound weight cardstock is the minimum necessary. So you can't just send a regular sheet of paper through the mail as a postcard, because it would get wrinkled. But 65-pound weight paper is plenty to send through the mail. So you can get a heavier cardstock, that also works, like 110 pound will also work, but 65 is the minimum. So I happen to like making cards, and so I have a lot of the stuff at home already. So we're gonna take our paper, and in the US, the standard paper size is 8.5 by 11. And the minimum postcard size is, I looked this up earlier, I think it's like 3.5 inches by 5 inches. So basically just under 1/4 of a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper is what you need to send a postcard. So if I cut this paper into quarters, then it will be just perfect. So what I'm going to do, it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So if I divide 8.5 in half, that would be 4 1/4. So I have lined up my paper cutter here to 4 1/4. If you don't have a paper cutter, then you can just fold your piece of paper in half and use scissors to cut along the line. But try to get it as close to possible to done. And here we go. So I'm just going to cut that in half, that direction. I now have 2 pieces of paper this direction. And now 8.5 by 11, well, 11 cut in half is 5.5. So I'm going to line that up with the 5.5 and line this one up with a 5.5 and cut that. There we go. And this kind of paper cutter is my favorite kind of paper cutter. It's a roller paper cutter, but I guess you don't need to know all that. Now I'm going to get the paper cutter out of my way while we actually get to work on making our postcards here. And I want to say, while I am over here at my desk, while I can see my desktop and see the things that you guys are saying in chat, it's definitely easier if you take... Yeah, definitely easier if you take advantage of the text-to-speech. Thank you, F, for showing everybody how to do that. And hello, Share... Oh, you changed your name again. Back to ShareShade. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Yes, RL stream today because we are doing techno support. How to make a postcard. And then we're going to take these postcards and mail them to people in California in coronavirus hotspots, urging them to get vaccinated. So that is what we are doing today. So, here we go. So now that you have your postcard, one side is like the picture side, and the other side is the mail to side. And so let's start with how do you actually make and address a postcard. So I've got an example here, and basically what you do is you just draw a little line down the middle of your postcard. And on the top right-hand side, that's where you're going to put your stamp. Now, I'm not actually going to put a stamp on this until I've finished everything else off, because stamps cost 40 cents each. And 40 cents is not really very expensive in the grand scheme of things, but at the same time, the paper cost like less than 5 cents for each sheet. I mean, way less than 5 cents because, yeah, I can buy paper itself for 3 cents and then I cut it in quarters. So this is like less than a penny for this piece of paper, which is my postcard. So if I mess up on this, then I can just throw it away. But after I put the stamp on it, that's harder. So I'm going to write out the address first. Now, in this case, I don't have the addresses yet. I have not yet successfully completed the bulk mail of addresses purchase. I hope to have that done very soon, but I had a web error and it didn't work. And so anyway, I'm going to try again after the stream is over. I was hoping to have it done before the stream so I could do a real address for you guys, but right now I'm just making one up. So the address, when you get the address, then the address of who you want to send it to, you put the name first. So in this case, I'm going to make up a name and I'm going to call it Joe Smith. And then they've got an address. Where do they live? So I'm going to say that Joe Smith, now normally I'd be copying this from somewhere, but since I don't have anywhere to copy it from, I'm going to make one up as 123 Main Street. And if there's an apartment number, then the apartment number would go next. And so you put the little hashtag sign, that's also called a number sign, and let's say that Joe Smith lives in apartment number 6, because 6 is my favorite number. And then you put the town, and we don't know the town, so we're going to say any town. And a comma, and California, CA is the California abbreviation, and then the zip code. Now, they nowadays the post office likes you to use the zip +4, so that would be something like 90000-1234. And you can put this, if it won't fit on the line, like it won't, I can't fit the whole thing here, you can put the zip code just below the line, and that will also work. Then you write your message. So if you put yourself in the shoes of someone that is a gamer and maybe they're in their 20s and they feel like, oh, I don't need to be vaccinated because I'm young and healthy, and if I get sick, then I'll just get sick and that'll be it. But right now, I don't feel like going through the pain of getting a needle jab, and I don't feel like going through the time lost of having a fever the next day and having a sore arm. I don't want to do those things. I'll just take my chances. And so if you put yourself in the shoes of somebody like that, who's not necessarily horribly anti-vax, but they're just sort of, it's inconvenient to get vaccinated, I don't want to do it. Think to yourself, what would you say to somebody like that to help convince them that it's important to other people to get vaccinated? So what I've got for my message that I'm sending to people, and you can personalize this to be whatever you'd like it to be, but I'm gonna go with, hi, my favorite YouTuber. Oh, my favorite Minecraft YouTuber. Y-O-U-T-U-B-E-R. Got cancer. Yes, which is slightly a fib because I think my favorite Minecraft YouTuber is probably Ranboo at this point, but Technoblade is my daughter's favorite Minecraft YouTuber by a long shot, so, you know, close enough. We need to stop the coronavirus so he doesn't get sick. Well, sicker. We need to stop the coronavirus so he doesn't get sick. Well, sicker. If you're already vaccinated, thank you, because this is not necessarily a list of unvaccinated people. It's just a list of people who happen to live in a place where there's a lot of coronavirus going on. Oh, hello, Petra! Technoblade is your favorite? Yeah, Technoblade is really awesome. And it is so good to see you! I haven't seen you in forever! I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, and everybody please feel free to use the text-to-speech as much as you like. Oh my goodness, your mom doesn't want you to get vaccinated? Why? You're gonna do it anyway? Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for getting vaccinated. Yeah, I mean, it's understandably a fear, like fear of the unknown. The thing is, though, if you run the numbers and do the math, then getting coronavirus is also an unknown. And when you look at the two things, we have hospitals overflowing with people dying of the coronavirus. We do not have hospitals overflowing with people dying of the vaccine. Like, just numerically, your odds are so much better to get the vaccine, plus that protects all the people around them. Yeah. Oh, she doesn't want you to because she's on Facebook a little bit too much. Yeah, there's so many paranoid people on Facebook. I'm so sad. Yeah. And your fat friend isn't allowed to get a vaccination because of her dad too? Oh my. Yeah, and yet we've got people like F who really, really want to get the vaccine, but can't yet because there aren't enough vaccines in the country. Like, it just doesn't make sense that people who have the option aren't taking it. It's so, I don't know, privileged to have good health care and to say, oh, I don't need it, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, you had corona twice? Oh, wow. Yeah. That is also. Oh, you're missing what I'm saying? Oh. Sorry. That's all right, Petra. And Angel, yes. Oh, noes. Oh, yeah. It is, I mean, it's really hard, and the feelings are valid. Like, fear of the unknown and not knowing who to trust is a valid thing. Like, trust is really hard.
My friend and his family recently got COVID frowns.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that you guys are... I hope that it doesn't get passed to you. But it is pretty serious especially for older people, or now like Techno, immunocompromised people. Okay, if you're already vaccinated, thank you!
His siblings are asymptomatic, but they still feel pretty sick.
Oh, rats. See what I said about messing things up? I missed the word vaccinated. Well, let's see here. I can make a new one, or given that I'm not going to send this one anyway because I put a bad address on it, I'm just going to put carrot vaccinated. If you're already vaccinated, thank you. If not, you can get vaccinated for free. Go to myturn.ca.gov.
Wouldn't it be easier to print cards out, Straub? Or does it just feel nicer to write them, Punzo think?
Yes, so that's the point, is if, I mean,
I'm gonna get vaccinated at my uni. I can just walk in between certain times without an appointment. So I'm gonna do that soon.
Yes, thank you. That is awesome. Yeah, and the reason why I'm not mass producing these is because, like, I looked online and you can get the Postal Service to actually, you know, you do a design and the Postal Service will mail them to whoever you want for like 37 cents each or something like that, plus a $5 setup fee. But if you do that, then it's not personal. And I mean, the state of California has already done massive impersonal campaigns, but this one is like, people pay more attention to handwritten stuff. Like, it gets through all the junk if you make it personal. And so having a mistake on it, like having the little vaccinated with the carrot in there, that sort of thing, then that actually doesn't make it worse. That makes it better because it's more personal, like somebody else really cares. So at least that's the idea. And because I had a bunch of friends doing this for political campaigns and that seemed to work for that, like, I'm assuming that the political campaigns have done all the research to figure out whether or not this type of thing is effective. Otherwise they wouldn't have bothered doing it, and that it's actually effective. So we're gonna see if we can, once I get the website completely automated, I'm gonna try and get it to go viral, or as far as I can anyway. So yeah, go to myturn.ca.gov to see where. And I looked it up online. So the county that we're sending these to is in like the very, very northwest county of California. And I went to myturn.gov and just put in some zip codes from that area, and some of them they might have to drive a fair ways to get the walk-in appointments, but to make a local appointment, it looks like just about every town, you know, like within 30 miles definitely has a Safeway where you can get it done if you make an appointment. So, and then just sign it. So I'm gonna sign it, thank you. Thank you! And then you can put whatever name you want to here. I'm going to put my Minecraft username. And then what I do if I was sending a real one is take the stamp. The stamp goes in the upper right hand corner, just like that. And you just kind of peel it back, and eventually you can peel off the stamp. is being tricky. There we go. Peel off the stamp and stick it on. And then decorate the other side. And depending on how you feel about your decorating skills versus your handwriting skills, do the one that you are most likely to mess up on first. So in my case, I would probably do the handwriting first, and then, well, I don't know. I'm more tolerant of mistakes with the art than I am with mistakes with the handwriting. So I would probably do the art second. And here's one that I did earlier. This is based off of Technoblade's picture in the one Technoblade for Mayor in his video on his website there. And I have pulled that up on my laptop, which is just out of frame, where it says, "I became the mayor of Skyblock." So that's the picture that I am looking at as I try to draw this recreation of Technoblade here. And yeah, handwritten stuff feels special. So while I'm doing this art, and I'm sure you guys are like way better artists than I am, but the art, like, it's personal. That's the part that matters. It's not how professional it is, because like I said, you know, you could get these slick painted professionally, but that loses the personal touch. So I'm gonna do some art, and if you guys, like, I don't have much to say about how to do art because I'm not really that much of an artist. The basic idea is just look at the lines and try to follow the line and see the lines in your head, and then try to make those lines happen on the paper. And with practice, it becomes easier. So that's how you do art. But yeah, if you guys want to do an Ask Me Anything while I'm just drawing here, go for it. And I'll ask you guys, how is your day? What is your happy? What is your sad? What is your opportunity to be nice today? And you guys can go ahead and ask me anything. Well, I try to draw Technoblade art here. Okay, so let's put a crown. On Techno's head. And now we've got a shoulder. It goes kind of that way a little bit. And across. And another shoulder. We're just going to draw that out and make that the neck.
Happy, talking to friends. Sad, I missed a stream for class. Nice, answered questions in class.
All right. Yes. Yeah, answered questions in class is good. Sometimes, like, because I do math club, it is so hard to be a teacher when no one is responding to the questions that you ask. You wonder, am I doing it all wrong? Okay, let's see here. And this arm goes down like that. Yeah, I am really concerned for Technoblade, mostly because of the things he didn't say in his video. Like, he didn't say, yeah, they think they caught it in time and they think it's all gonna be okay. And they started him on chemotherapy really early, because they said they first found it, or he said he first went to the doctor on August 2nd. And by August, what was that, 27th, he'd already been through one round of chemo. And it takes a while usually to diagnose a tumor and come up with a treatment plan and all of that. And chemo is one of those things, like, if they can cut it out, then they will. And chemo is something that they do when it's not easy to just cut out. Like, a friend of mine had both colon cancer and kidney cancer last year, but both of those they caught really early.
I woke up like 4 hours ago, so not much today, so I'll just talk about yesterday. So my happy, I got a new sweatshirt, sad. I didn't really feel good at the end of the day. I think it was because of dehydration cause I tend to accidentally forget to drink water, but I'm good now. Nice. I helped bring groceries in.
Yeah. Yeah, dehydration definitely causes headaches. And that reminds me, I should probably hydrate. You guys need to remind me to hydrate too every quarter hour. Where's my water bottle? Oh, rats. My water bottle is not in here. Okay, I'm gonna have to go without. I'll survive. We can do this. So here we go. Technoblade. So this goes down and over. Like that kind of. Is not pixel accurate.
I've been drinking watered down lemonade the entire day. It's really good, Rambulal.
Yes. Oh, you forgot your nice. Your nice is, you gave someone free coffee after they spilled it on their table. Oh, yeah, that is nice. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I must have been like 8 years old.
I woke up early today and got a lot of things done. Sad. I have 7 assignments due tomorrow from just one class. Nice. I made breakfast.
Ooh, 7 assignments. And making breakfast is good, and getting a lot of things done is good. Yeah. Yeah, when I was... No, it must have been less than 8 because we still lived in Massachusetts. Then we went to Baskin-Robbins, which was a huge treat for my family. I think it was my birthday, or either my birthday or my brother's birthday, but probably my birthday because it was the summer. And we went to Baskin-Robbins and I got an ice cream cone, and I was so happy to have this ice cream cone because this is like a once a year treat. My family did not go out very often. And I wasn't very experienced with eating ice cream cones, and I sort of knew that I should be careful while I'm eating it and make sure to, not knock the ice cream off of the cone. But I took a little bit of ice cream, and the first bite went okay, and then I licked it a little bit on the other side to kind of push it back into place. And the ice cream cone, like, I can remember hearing the crack because I'd expected the ice cream cone itself to maintain its integrity. But there's this little crack. It must have been there, like, pre-cracked or something on the opposite side. And as I licked it, it cracked. And the whole of my ice cream fell on the floor. And I was just devastated because I'd only had 2 licks. And I was trying really hard not to cry, but, ice cream was such a special treat. And here it was. I knew I couldn't eat it after it had been on the floor, and I was really, really sad about that. And then the lady at the counter, she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, and would you like another one?" And I said, "Yes." And she gave me another one, and that was one of my first experiences of, of grace, of just someone doing something, because I knew that, my parents weren't going to pay for another ice cream cone because that was just not, it was a big treat and a big deal to have the money to go out for ice cream once, and there was no way we were going to get me a second one because I messed up and spilled my ice cream. And so it was so nice when she gave me a fresh ice cream. And so anyway, yes, that is definitely a nice. So thank you for doing that and being nice in the world. Let's see here. I'm trying to write this without getting my hand all over the picture so I don't smear it.
Meow, 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 meow.
Oh, hello! Oh my goodness! A subscription! Woohoo! Wow, Petra! That makes you officially my very first ever, like, subscriber, real subscriber. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's exciting. I hope you enjoy the emotes, because I personally love the strawberry yay emote. Yes, you get the founder badge. That founder badge will always be yours. Woohoo! T-E-C-H. Oops. N-O. Well, being imperfect makes it more personal. T-E-C-H-N-O. Support. And on this side, Technoblade never dies. At least I hope not. There we go. Okay. We now have the basics of our postcard here, and now I'm going to color it. Starting with Techno's pink face. Oops, it's not all the way, the ink up from my pen is not all the way dry. Let me blow on this for a second. That might help. Here, wave it around. Yay! Yeah, I just absolutely love my emotes, I gotta say. Yeah, Call Live, aka Sacha, made those for me. And I think they turned out really well. So yes, the music that is playing right now is the MCC music. MCC Season 2 music. And they have made it streamer friendly, or at least that's what they said. So I sure hope so. So I'm adding just a little red to the snout here.
Straub, any advice on annoying friends' Pepe hands?
Oh, advice on annoying friends. Yeah, that's a tough one, because in some sense, we are all annoying to one another. It's the red, real red, not violet red. So, when your friends are being annoying, then A, let them know, because sometimes they don't know. And then B, you have to ask yourself, okay, why is it that they are being annoying? Are they incapable of not being annoying? Like, because some people have neurological difficulties that just make it really hard to not be annoying. And the way I think of it myself with friends like that, like, they're still my friends, but sometimes they're just annoying and I can only do it in small doses. And so for me, what I've kind of come up with is the idea of a charity friendship. Like, I let myself have no more than one charity friendship at a time. One person that I'm friends with who kind of annoys me, and they get more out of the relationship than I do. And I just kind of say, okay, that's what it is. And they are who they are, and I will love them anyway. And I will let them know when they're being annoying so that they know, and they know how to like, I mean, but when they're incapable of not doing it, then, you know, it's just like, okay, I'm going to take a breath and say, there but for the grace of God go I, and be nice anyway. But when somebody is capable of not being annoying, then you have to ask yourself, okay, why are they doing this? What is it? Like, do they need more attention? And sometimes you can just ask. I mean, for children, frequently, the reason why they're annoying is because they just want interaction. And they've learned that if they're good, you'll kind of ignore them. But if they're annoying, then they will get interaction, and they will get they will get a rise out of you, basically. And sometimes that's what they want, is they want amusement, they want interaction. And so you have to ask yourself, is that what they want? And is there a way to achieve amusement and interaction without being annoying? And sometimes you can have a discussion with your friend about, hey, let's interact in a different way. I really want to spend time with you, but it's easier for me to spend time with you if you don't do this annoying behavior. If you don't, I don't know, keep throwing pencils at me or something. And if you give me a little more detail as to what it is that they're doing when they're being annoying, then maybe I could help. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, that's true, but some people are hard to read. One day he says our convos are getting stale, and he expected our friendship's just gonna fizzle out, which is fine, but he continues to mess with me after that. What does he want? Yeah. Probably wants the same thing that everybody wants. Validation and interaction. And sometimes when the conversations are getting stale, it's like, okay, well, we need something new to do, new to talk about. And I think that's why causes are so useful. Like having a, having the Technoblade cause. That's a useful thing to do because it's something new. And it's like, there's always something trending in the news that needs help and needs people to put dedication to it. And sometimes, like a lot of times, people just spend a little bit of time and then they fizzle out. And then sometimes people, oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, that's true, GNF think.
Yeah. And so, if you just kind of follow what are the trends and do the easy thing for the currently trending thing, then you can kind of mix up your conversations to be talking about that from time to time. And if you're really passionate about one thing and making that one thing stick, then your friends who aren't passionate about that one thing can sometimes get a little tired of hearing about it. And that's where it's difficult to form friendships, but the friendships you do have of the people who either are on your side and passionate about the same thing that you're passionate about, like you can either keep talking about the thing with those friends, or you just kind of either drift away from the ones who aren't passionate about the things that you're passionate about, or you figure out how to talk about other things with those people. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm adding what they call depth to the scene. So I'm just coloring in kind of as lightly as I can, and then I'm gonna kind of rub it to get it to look a little smoother. But I'm just kind of coloring in the background, but leaving some space between where I'm coloring and the words that I've written and the picture that I've drawn. So that it's kind of like, it makes the picture pop more if the background is, if there's a background to give it some more depth. So
Don't you use a paper to rub crayons to make them smoother?
Yeah, you can do it with like an eraser thing too. Like like rolled up paper to rub it. I usually just use my finger. But you can see on this side, it looks sort of flat. Whereas if I look at this side that I've already done, then it just kind of makes the techno really pop out a bit more. So flat, popping out, flat, popping out. And so that
Do you have a
is...
DC on what to write in an email to potential new roommates to make them want to live with me and pick me? Cause I'm getting no reactions back, so I'm clearly doing something wrong. Pepe hands.
Advice on what to write in an email to potential new roommates. Now, have you picked anyone else? Or have they, like, has anybody written to you? Because sometimes it can be easier to be the one doing the picking, but if you've got to just sort of put yourself out there, then that is definitely a challenging situation. Yeah, when I was in college, then the first year, freshman year, the administration picked the roommates for us, and we didn't have to do it on our own. And then every year after that, then I just had friends that I wanted to live with, and that was much easier. But things to say, I would probably, try to make yourself seem like, definitely don't misrepresent yourself. So if you like to go to bed early, then say that you like to go to bed early. If you can sleep like the dead through anything, then say, hey, I'm a sound sleeper, so I don't mind if you come in late, but what I really need in a roommate is this. And if you
It's like there is houses owned by individual people renting rooms out to students, and then you can find these rooms on sites, and then I have to respond to them, and the people that already live there get to choose who they want to live with.
Okay, so it's people who are renting out rooms to students. Okay. Got it. So I would say, as opposed to fellow students who are trying to pick you. So I would definitely say things like, introduce yourself. Things that landlords care about are, how clean is this person? Basically, how much will they mess up the rest of the household and make messes and leave their dishes in the sink and things like that? How well can they clean up their garbage? So that's one thing they care about, is how clean are they? What is their ability to pay? If I rent out to this person, are they going to be able to continue to pay me? Or are they going to stop paying after a month and then I'm going to have to evict somebody? So you definitely want to, if you have a job, then highlight the fact that you have a job and your income covers your expenses and covers the rent. Like, that's an important thing, is can a person pay? And then what is the integrity of this person? So you want to, who is it that was writing this? This was Petra. Yeah, so yeah, saying you have a job will totally boost. That is true. And so they care how clean, how noisy, like how much noise do you make, and like how often are you going to have friends over, that sort of thing. How clean, how noisy, and whether or not you can pay. Those are generally the three most important things to a landlord. Beyond that, there's a, do you want to share meals with the family, or would you rather take your meals by yourself and do your own cooking and cleaning, or would you rather have meals with the family? And that's something you need to kind of decide for yourself and select them based on that. And frequently older people, like if you have like an older single widower or widow who doesn't have any companionship, then like they might be renting out rooms to students because they want somebody to talk to, because they're lonely. Because if you don't have the internet, if you don't use the internet because you're older, you could get lonely. So kind of mentioning that whether or not you want to socialize with them and see them as an extension of your own family, then some people want that, and some people want to, just like not talk to you at all. And so deciding for yourself what kind of person you want to be, and then putting that in your email, so that if you have an older lonely person who is looking for some companionship, then they'll say, oh, here's a young person who can go grocery shopping for me, or talk with me in the evenings while we share a meal together. Like, that's the sort of thing that some of them might be looking for. So, you know, decide on that. And here we go! Technoblade never dies! With our postcard. So that is how you could make a postcard. And obviously, if you're sitting there mass producing these, you can make them a whole lot faster than the 45 minutes it took me to get one done. And then you'd put the stamp in the upper right hand corner just like that, except because this one has a fake address on it, I'm not actually going to waste a second stamp doing that. I'm going to wait until I have some actual real addresses. And I guess, yeah, it's mostly other students. You'll add that in your emails. All right, yay. Yeah, and so, let's see here. While I'm doing this, though, I wanted to just, I figure if people are participating in the Technoblade campaign, if you don't want to send a postcard, if you want to send a longer letter sharing your experiences with vaccination and how you got over your fear of needles and anything exciting like that, you can write a letter. So you write your letter on a piece of paper and you stuff the piece of paper into the envelope. So usually you will fold it in thirds. Let me get a piece of paper to just demonstrate that. So the general form of a letter is you put your return address, so you put the date and your return address. But if you don't want to give somebody your address, which I definitely wouldn't recommend, then, you know, don't do that. So you put the date up in the corner here, and then if it's a friendly letter, which I would consider this to be a friendly letter, then you'd say, "Dear," and then the person's name. And then you'd say, you know, "My favorite YouTuber, blah, 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 blah." Same thing we said on the postcard. You'd put the information about the for more info. So you'd put the myturn.ca.gov in your letter, and you'd say, you know, needles, fear of. So you'd talk about fear of needles and, I don't know, fever and arm hurting. And then why it's important. So you could go on and on about whatever it is you want to say. And then at the end, you usually close with "sincerely." And then put your gamer tag on there. And then you fold it up. So I just did that fast. But basically, you fold one end over and the other end over. Fold it into thirds. Place that in the envelope. Seal up your envelope. So you lick this and then fold it over. Make sure this part is still on the top when you flip it over. And then you address your envelope, so the to part goes here. And then 123 Main Street. And Anytown, California. 91234-1234. So you put your return address there and try to make it as neat as possible. And actually, if I'm going to do a real good example, the post office prefers for this to be all in block capitals. So instead of like that, they would prefer it to be 123 Main Street like this with block capitals. And then Anytown. I have to slow way down to do this. Like that is how they would prefer it with the capitals, but mail still gets delivered if you use a mix of upper and lowercase. And then your
You like blue or black
address
pens more?
is optional. I tend to like blue pens more, but I own more black pens because Costco sells pens in packs of like 8 black pens, 2 blue pens, and 1 red pen all together. So I own more black pens, but I like blue pens more. So then you can put like just your, if you don't want to give out your personal information, you can put just your gamer tag up there, or you can leave it blank. If you want, if the mail is undeliverable and you want the post office to send it back to you, if you put your full return address on here, then the post office will send it back to you. But then the person you're sending the letter to now has your address. So you don't necessarily want to do that. And then the stamp goes up here. And you need to buy the full cost forever stamps. And I have lost track of how much it costs to mail a first class letter these days. I think it's up to like 60 cents or something. Just once they started doing the forever stamps, they started increasing the price all the time. So that is how you mail a regular letter. And then you go put this in the mailbox. Put the flag up, and then the mailman takes it away. Or the letter carrier takes it away. And let's see here. Anything else? If you are mailing internationally, you add the country down here.
I literally never knew how to fold letters in 3. You have opened my eyes.
Well, that's why I was showing it off. Yeah, because mostly people don't do that these days. And I know most of you guys live internationally, so I looked it up. It costs like $1.20 to mail a postcard internationally. So I think it would be kind of cool to receive an international, like to be the recipient of an international vaccination campaign to save Technoblade, then I think that would be pretty cool. So do not count yourself out just because you're international. And that also goes for the postcards here. If you're international, then you just put USA on the bottom there. And you can check with your local post office to see if there's anything else you need to do to make an international letter. But that's how you do it. And that is the stream for today. Oh wow, we've got 6 people watching. That, like, my viewership has just plummeted lately, and I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure it's because everybody's going back to school and everybody's like leaving the house and all of that. Or maybe you guys are just bored of me, who knows. But it is really cool to have 6 people here. So that is what I have for today. My announcements are I will not be streaming tomorrow at the regular time. I may choose to stream at a different time, but I have a thing I have to do tomorrow at my regular streaming time. So I might not stream at all, or I might stream late. So that is the announcement. And let's go look for somebody to raid. If you have a raid suggestion, please do put it in the chat. And let's see who is live today. Okay, Tommy Innit. Oh wow, I had 6 people watching me when Tommy Innit is live. I feel very honored. Thank you all for stopping by. You might miss tomorrow's stream then? Well, I might miss tomorrow's stream then, Itchy. All right, let's see here. So, oh, Cloudy is live. Cloudy rated me yesterday, so definitely.
I want to watch her streams always. It's just delayed for me less than 3.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I switched my stream time by 12 hours, which has consequences. We'll see. I might wind up going back. I don't know. CLOUDYHAN123. So Cloudy tends to stream on the SudMC where I have been playing, and Cloudy is very enthusiastic and fun to watch. So let's raid Cloudy. And goodbye, everybody. So I should be back on Thursday. I will be gone tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. And I will definitely let you know once I've got the addresses so you guys can help me in my Save Technoblade campaign. All right, 4 viewers are ready to raid Cloudy in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.